Hi, this is Margaret Jessop, and I am a psychologist here in the South Bend area. I specialize working with children, and I'm also an author of a workbook for kids struggling with big worries and big anger called Hornets and Hippos: How to Use Imagination, Mindfulness, and Brain Science to help decrease fear and reach your goals. And today I started a first of a free parenting class series that I'll be offering once a month, hopefully through the end of the year. And I wanted to share one of the topics that we went over today that was really on most of the parents' minds who joined me today, and that is about sleep troubles. And we are now a couple months into this unprecedented pandemic, and we all know what that fight or flight fear feels like. But not everyone is as familiar with the freeze response, which can happen when that fight or flight response is going on and on and on without a break. And for a lot of us, there's this low level, if not big level, of fear that's been happening. And when the body is responding that way, which it's designed to do to keep you safe and well, when there is a danger that you need to move yourself away from quickly, when the body kind of keeps it running longer and longer than normal, we start to experience what's called the freeze, which is a real overwhelming feeling, a heaviness, a tiredness, a lethargicness, can't seem to get the most out of things that you usually would get things out of. You'd exercise and you'd feel better, but you're just not quite feeling the same as you did before. And for a lot of people, what this is doing for our sleep is it's interrupting our sleep. And I'm hearing lots of reports of people waking up around 4 in the morning and not being able to understand why that's happening. They haven't had those troubles before. It's happening with children as well. And so what we talked about in the parenting class was how this is normal. This is part of what the body is designed to do. The cortisol levels kind of increase temperature and alertness. So you seemingly are getting through the day, but it's catching up and the body is still managing all that cortisol. And then you get this spike of alertness at a time when normally you're sleeping. So for children who might be going through this, and for adults, just to remind yourself that this is part of our body. It's normal, and it should pass in time as we get more familiar with the conditions that we're all in, and we start to build routines that help us recognize that we can do things and feel safe, but we just haven't been through it long enough to really know that we're all going to get through this. So the other recommendation I'm making is to have a plan. The little catchphrase I'm using is: a plan for today keeps the worries away. And I'm always kind of keeping kids in mind, but it works for us too. So what is your plan? The safety plans, of course, we've been talking about a lot: the hand washing, wearing something to cover your mouth, avoiding touching your face, keeping distance between each other. That's part of the plan, and reminding kids that that's part of our plan for staying well, and teaching them how to do that. When I was a kid, I grew up in California, and in California, as little kids, we were taught how to stay safe in earthquakes. And I actually found an old picture recently that was taken in my kindergarten class, and I'm hiding under a desk, kind of in a little child's pose under there. That was our plan. We knew what to do. We'd hide under desks, we'd get into doorways, and that helped us manage the uncertainty of earthquakes, which, you never know when they're going to come. So it's in our history to have plans to protect ourselves. And now is an important time to have one too. And in addition to the physical safety plans, what if someone did get sick? If your child is noticing that those worries are the things that are keeping them awake or waking them up thinking about, talk about what your plan would be in your family. Who would you get help from? And where would we get our checkups? We'd go see our doctors. They'd see if we're okay. And most of us get better. Even though there are real problems that are happening, most of us get better, and we can remind our children of that. and that we can get through this. And the last piece that I offered in the class today was kids learn through play. So just like we buy them pretend lawnmowers, or we buy them pretend kitchen equipment that they can play and mimic what we do, we can have little masks that we make for their teddy bears and help them play with this idea of staying safe and staying well to help them get through this together. If you're interested in joining us for any of these classes, there is a link on my website and you can join the list. And you are welcome to send me questions in advance, and I will try to get to as many of those as I can. I will also pick a topic or two for the meeting so that I'll have some other things to add to the questions that you might have as well. Thank you so much for your curiosity, and hopefully get to see you in a class soon.